There you go. It's official. I'm live. And at least that's what the little thing on the screen says. Hey, CG, how are you? This is Tim from Retirement's Underrated. Welcome you to a live Tuesday live with Tim. Or, hope I'm getting a bit of an echo. Isn't that something? So I'm going to, pardon me one second. Close this. Is that any better? I'm getting a little feedback on this. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, Paula. You know what's happening is I've got my laptop here and somehow it's picking up. So I've got to figure this out real quick. I'm going to close this out in a second here. It's doing the echo routine. So I'm hearing my voice. Voice. So I think I'm going to close this. Let's see if this stops. Does it stop? Does it stop? Does it stop? Does it stop? No, it doesn't stop. Why doesn't it stop? Don't you love modern technology? Okay, I will figure this out. Something is going on here, so bear with me. Why is this picking up double? Have you ever had this problem happen, guys, where you pick up two voices? Okay, now? I think what's happening is picking up my speakers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the volume. Let's see if it works now. Are you guys still hearing? Do you guys hear me okay at this point? Good. Okay. So what's happening is because I have speakers on either side of the desk, the speakers play my voice. So my voice goes into the microphone and then it goes into the speakers, comes out, goes into the microphone, and my voice goes into the microphone. So, something new and exciting. Well, things are never dull, are they? Now I can bring my laptop back up where my notes actually are. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm glad you all could join me. Let's see who's here. Paula, how are you? CG Anime, Retirement for an Average Joe. Hey, so good to have you. Dr. Ninja Turtle, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you guys joining the live stream. It means a lot to me. And it's been a fun kind of week, so here we go. So I've got my laptop now muted. This is that, whoops, okay. So live stream notes, it's official. See, I got everything here. So this is part of the usefulness of this laptop is that I can do my notes in front of me and I can make sure I stay on script. Not that I have a script, but I can stay on point of all the things I want to talk about. But I'm kind of learning as I'm going, guys. It's kind of like a work in progress. But hope your week has been going good. How's everybody doing tonight? Good. It's been a full week, hasn't it? I don't know how the weather's treating you in your area, but in our area, we still have snow. Believe it or not. Yes, thank you. Please hit that like button, smash that like button, destroy that like button, all those good things. Yeah, the weather has been crazy out here in upstate New York. We still have probably about 1.5 feet of snow. The snow has been melting off the roof, and I've been having work done on the house. So the guy who's doing work on the house dragged a roof rake around my house. So I've got a double ice dam going, and unfortunately, I got a leak or a little water drips behind the scenes. No big deal, but things happen. But I believe my wife may or may not be watching on the other end, so you may see her on here or kind of recognize her. I'm trying to slowly but surely get her to the point where she wants to join us online here. That would be very exciting. I'm hoping to do that. So keep on hoping that my wife joins me. I'm going to be doing an interview with my daughter at some point. I did talk to my son in Europe today. He's doing fine. Things are going well. Of course, I want him back here with me, of course. And so he's doing good. It's about a 7 hour difference. So if it's now 7 o'clock, it's now, let's see, 5, 12. It's about 2 in the morning out by his way. So, of course, I called him. And, of course, I used FaceTime. And I caught him. He was in bed already. So on goes the FaceTime, and he's laying in bed. So I got the poor guy up. So we had a great conversation. It was so good to see him. And Paula, I'm so glad you joined the live stream. I'm inspired by your journey of no sweets for a month. And at this point, has it been a month, Paula, that you've been without desserts for a month? And how'd you make out? I haven't seen the last video or two. I've been absent for the last couple of days, busy on stuff here. But Paula's been doing an incredible job staying away from sweets for a month. And that takes incredible willpower. As one who struggles with weight, it's definitely always an issue trying to keep away from things that we love so much. So, it's a challenge, but you inspire me, Paula, to do better. And I love your videos. I love the dog that runs around with you and your husband on the farm. It's lots of fun. So yeah, it's been good. Again, I'll throw out. I did throw out a little bit last week. Mike's retirement corner. He's going to be starting techs. Yep, you made it through. Come on, let's hear it for Paula. Come on, way to go. See, it's a small victory, but it's a victory. So we celebrated with you. Good for you, Paula. Good for you. And let's see. Now I just have to stick with moderation. Yeah. Same here. As I went to the doctor today. Of course, I went into the doctor's. I scheduled my colonoscopy, and so they got me in for a colonoscopy. That's going to be happening soon. So both parents have a history of cancer. Both of my parents died of cancer of the colon. So I'm going in for my colonoscopy. Had them for years. This is not my first. I probably had 10 or more colonoscopies over the years, but this last one has been a little bit delayed because of life situation. But I'm hopeful. I'm looking for a clear view on the old doctor scope. So not my favorite thing to do, but I'm doing my due diligence. So my little public service announcement: if you're over 40, get your colonoscopy and get checked out. It's a good preventative thing to do, and I highly recommend it. For years they pulled out little polyps that would have become a big issue, but by doing that preventative maintenance, things are taken care of, and I'm still with you all. So things are good. So just a little public service announcement. So I did mention, and if I repeat myself, I'm sorry, but Mike's Retirement Corner is starting a Tech Tuesdays. So he's going to be doing a Tech Tuesdays. Last week he talked about, let's see, his external hard drive failed and his internal drive was filling up. So I talked to him in between. So maybe we'll do a collaboration in the future, but I told him, I'd say, hey, Mike, I was a computer programmer, and years ago, just to share with you guys, years ago, and way back. This was back when I was living in Massachusetts, back mid 1990s, give or take a little bit, maybe 95, 96. Again, the years kind of mush. But I had a computer. I had backed up my files on an external drive, doing the right thing, back up. And my external backup drive went. And then shortly after, my internal drive backup went. So, yeah, panic ensued. So ever since that point, I have been very Mr. Retentive, anal retentive, about backing up files. So, if you're doing YouTube content, know that at any time your computer can go bye-bye, and your external drive can go bye-bye. So it's always good to have at least three copies of your data and one offline, just in case something happens. So I say that only because I've been there and I scrambled to recover the files. But ever since then, I was determined not to be without And I go to the extreme, guys. I get extreme about it. And I have more than enough copies to get me covered from here to Kingdom Come. So, you know, let's see. Catching up on the comments. Oh no, CG, you had a bit of a rough day, but well, we're glad that you joined us, and I hope you do better. Our hearts and thoughts are with you. And Tumbleweed, yes, nowadays it's all in the cloud. YouTube stuff on USB drives. Yeah, uh, and the thing is that stuff happens. All sorts of weirdness happens in this world that we're in. You can have a copy of your. So I record my videos that I record, and then I move them from my local drive out to what they call network attached storage. It's one of those geeky things, and so it's on a drive system on the network, and then I back that up to an external drive, and I also back it up to a couple extra drives. So that anytime I make any sort of major change, whether it's my finances, my YouTube videos, or anything, it goes back up, back up, back up. So at any point, anything happens, because it can happen. And to give you an example, even recently, I don't know how many of you have experienced this, but I have a Windows computer, Windows 11, and I also have, this is also Windows 11. And I've had it where the computer wouldn't log on to, you know how when you log on to your computer, it'll make you put on your password or you log on to Windows, right? Easy enough. But sometimes it doesn't, it gives you a message that I can't reach Windows log on services. And I've had this probably happen a half a dozen times now. And what happens is you can't log on to Windows. And then when you finally do log on, that your computer's logged on to a very generic like introduction to Windows. Any screensavers or anything custom you set is no longer there. Then you have to reboot and pray to Lord Almighty that you get your original setup back. And it does work for the most part, but the computers can go south anytime. And most of the times they go south at the most inopportune time. Like I could be talking to you now and my computer goes south, and if I didn't back up my files, something would happen. So this whole thing that Mike did with his stream last week, is he was talking about what he was going through. So it's a very thing, something to be aware of, guys, is that always have something that you can detach. Like I have detachable drives that I could just, if there was a fire, I could grab it, and I could run out of the house, and I could recover from everything. There's things like ransomware. There's things like all sorts of things can happen, and you always want to make sure you're covered. Now, there's different schools of thought on backing up your files, and for the YouTube creators among us, I know some have mentioned and appreciate this too. It doesn't matter ultimately hanging out to old content you produce because it's already out of date, and so it's already in YouTube, so you can re-download it. But whether or not you want to keep your original content, so I know some that don't necessarily get concerned about backing up their files. I'm funny like that. Maybe much to my demise, maybe I save too much data, probably, and maybe I'll revisit at some point. So all the files that make up a video are kept and backed up. But computers, the local little thing that we carry around, only holds so much data. So, it has to go somewhere. And you might as well have 2 external copies of it. So anyway, have I talked enough about backups? My name's Tim, and I love computer backups. I love backing up my files. It's a fetish of mine. I know. But anyway, so that'd be probably the death. But again, I mentioned it only because it's a terrible thing, because I've known people who have lost pictures of their grandchildren and everything else, or family pictures that they'll never recover. So it pays to back up those things and be intentional about it. So anyway, also that was Mike's stream that started that whole long conversation. And Mike, keep an eye on his channel, Mike's Retirement Corner. He's got a great channel out there. He's going to be starting Tech Tuesdays. I know it's Tuesday. I didn't say anything today, but maybe he's going to do something else. But keep an eye out for him. He's got a great channel and he's got great content. Wonderful. And he shared recently a story about, and I'll kind of allude to it, but you go check out his channel, Mike's Retirement Corner, and he shares about growing up and some of the things that he went through, and he shares some things. So it was just, it's a great video. So plug for his channel because, as I said, we're growing. As I said to Mike, I said we're growing up in YouTube together. So his channel needs a lot of love, as does mine. And let's see, retirement for an average Joe. I back it up and keep it at a goal. Excellent, excellent, Joe. Absolutely. Keep it at a cold site. So when he says cold site, he means away from his current location. It's an absolutely correct way of doing it. Because if something happens locally, you can go and get the external. So awesome, awesome stuff. So also Ron, all things Ron, last week or 2 weeks ago now, did a how to live stream. I don't know if you saw that last week, but I mentioned it, so I didn't want to repeat the shout out to him. And I did, guys, also, just a recap of some of the things. I had posted a video on, I had some animal tracks outside my house. So I took a video of them for the YouTube shorts, and I asked what it could be. And it was an unusual track. It was almost like two footprints going out like that. And then there was kind of a track in the middle. So it almost looked like a 3-track going in the snow across. And I had all sorts of suggestions. Some said it was, I thought it was Bigfoot, but my guess was wrong. Let's see. Some thought it was a mouse. Some thought it was a rabbit. A lot of people thought it was a rabbit. And I was in the little remodel bathroom early in the morning one time, and I happened to look out of the corner of my eye, and I saw something dart across this very spot where these tracks were. You know what it turned out to be? It was either a mouse or a field mouse or a mole, something very tiny, moving very fast across the snow. And so I found my answer. But it was amazing to see. There's so many different tracks that animals make. And it was funny because we'd snow blow the path between that and the house, just to get around the house and clear the snow off the roof. But the mouse had done these tracks, but then when it fell down, because there was a 2-foot gap between where the snowblower went, and then the mouse tunneled its way back the other way. So it was kind of fun. Anyway, let's see, keep it back up at a cold side. Yep. So let's see. It's been warming up out here. I don't know how the weather's been treating you there, but the snow's still melting. We have a lot of snow on the roof. I had the snow rake go and clear off some of the snow, so we've got a double ice backup. So there's like a double ridge of ice going across the roof. But the sun has been shining down. It's been above freezing, so that's been wonderful. And it's been melting slowly but surely, and I have these big old icicles hanging off the roof. I don't know if you guys have had that or not, but yeah. Let's see. I also, what was the video? I'm just looking through my notes here. The video that I just recorded. What in the world did I just record? What did I just record? It was about, I forget what I just recorded. Anyway, you can ignore that note. Anyway, a moment here. Let's see, Retirement Survival. I don't know about how many of you guys watch Retirement Survival. His name's Larry, and he has his wife on. Retirement Survival, actually, his channel just took off like wildfire. He was in the low counts of subscribers, but he got picked up with a viral video, and I think he's around 97,000 subscribers now. But he's just a regular guy. He was a painter. So if you ever get a chance, check out Retirement Survival. His name's Larry. He has his wife on there sometime. And he mentioned, he had an interesting topic. It said, what have you bought that you've used or rarely used in retirement? So, I was thinking about that, just things that we buy that we rarely use. It doesn't even have to be in retirement. Of course, he's in retirement, so am I, but things that we bought with great intention. What sort of things have you bought that you thought, oh, this would be great? Oh, yeah, absolutely, Average Joe. Larry's awesome. And, it's so encouraging. He's responded to a couple of my comments, and he's just an all around good guy. And I'm super excited for him, and he shares his stories. He shares what he lives off of, you know, and I'm so happy for him. And, I've got enough. I'm fine. But, for Larry, I think this extra boost has been a great thing for him. And I'm so happy for him that he's got this. And for anybody who needs it, and he's very real. He just very frank, matter of the fact kind of conversations that just draws you in. And he's wonderful. But he talks about this. What have you bought that you've rarely used in retirement? I think one of the things that I said to him is that, when my kids were growing up, so I have two children. My son is now going to be 28 in April, and my daughter just turned 23. So when they were going to school, elementary, middle school, and the like, and I was working, there was something about, I always wanted to make sure they had enough supplies for school. Oh boy, did I overdo that one. If they needed notebooks, I got more notebooks, binders that they would ever need. The things that dividers, oh, did I get dividers? Pens, pencils, oh, absolutely. I've got probably 2, 3 boxes sitting out in my garage right now of stuff that is left over from that time. And pencils, the colored pencils and the number 2 pencils and all of that stuff. Oh my goodness. I could build a house with the number of pencils that I have. It's crazy. So, I don't know if you guys got into that, but oh my goodness, I don't think in notebooks and notebooks for school and all this stuff. So, with great expectations, I bought all of this stuff, and now I got to try to figure out what in the world to do with it all. I'm praying that the school will actually accept it. Luckily, we have a place locally to us called Doors of Hope that have taken a lot of things, but yeah, I accumulated a lot of stuff. I bought a lot of things that I didn't need recently. In fact, just tonight, probably about 2 years ago, I bought a compressor. Those little air compressors they use to do things, and I bought it just for, just to blow up the tires on the tractor that I have for cutting the lawn and all these different things. And I got all of this stuff and all the accessories and all this goodness. Oh boy, was I set. I was ready for bear. And then I never wound up using it. What I found is a simple little $50 item that's a little square that you screw into the tire. You tell it what pressure it should be. You turn it on. It's battery operated. And it blows up to your tire to the right pressure and all's done. It was done. It was over with. So I just sold that tonight. But it had been listed on Facebook Marketplace for a very long time. So I wasted a lot of money with that. But we buy all these things that we think, oh, that would be great for just that. And the funny thing, you look at these things and the expression, you don't realize how much you need it until you see it and then you want it, but you really never needed it. And if you never saw it in the first place, you wouldn't have known that you needed it. So there you go. Let's see. Retirement for an Average Joe said, they've trained us to be consumers for years. It's hard to break that, but in retirement, it's good to stop buying junk we don't need. Yeah, and it's a hard habit to break. Like our favorite friend called, what is it? Where we, oh God, why am I I'm drawing a blank now. Isn't that terrible? Amazon. Thank you very much. Amazon. You go to Amazon and you see stuff that's like, wow, I never knew that existed. Boy, do I really need that. Oh boy, my life would be so much better. Oh, that's such a cool thing. And I've got such a computer thing going. I love computer storage. I love all of that stuff. And I'll see something, and for the longest time, I would buy something. I would see like this hard drives. Oh my goodness. Storage devices, backup. Of course, that's my insecurity. So of course, backup. Oh yeah, I gotta buy the backup. And so, down to my left here, I've got a five bay thing where I can open it up and stick a hard drive in and back up my files. So I'm more than covered. But it speaks to my language of, hey, buying stuff that I wind up not using. Let's see. Miss Paula says, I'm an expert at consumer. Yes, I think I am too. Retirement has reigned me. Yes. Yeah, and you have to stop and think because retirement, it's a very, I don't know about you guys, but, I retired in 2023. So retirement has kind of gone through stages for me. It's kind of, it started off, okay, I'm retired, I'm doing this, and this is the dynamic. And then that changes a little bit. And the following year, it changes again a little bit more. And then that changes a little bit. And the following year, it changes again a little bit more. And then changes a little bit more. And all during that time, I'm fixing and repairing the house and hiring people to come in and fix the house. And that's going to come to an end. The house looks wonderful. But it goes in stages. It goes through different things, and it's evolving all the time. My retirement in 2023 is different than my retirement in now 2026. It's totally different. Hey, Sam's here from Retire Inspired. If you get a chance, I'll plug Sam's channel right now. Go over to Retire Inspired. He does a live stream on Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Sam, that's why I've managed not to make it to your live stream because I've been asleep at my desk. With great intentions, I'll be ready to do the stream. And come 8:30 at night on Sunday, I'm like, and I'm sleeping. I fell asleep and I've slept through the whole thing. So that's my great confession. Yes. So retirement for an average Joe. It says, I have a closet full of clothes I bought for work, chinos and polo usually. I have enough polo shirts that I will never need to buy another shirt for the rest of my life. Yeah. And we all have it, each one of us. CJ, yes, it's always good to see Sam. Yep, it is good to see Sam. And Sam has a great channel. He's got a lot of good content. And Sam he's very ambitious. He's got lots of things going. He's got the, the marketplace that he does with the flea market. And he's also got the other marketplace. Why am I going brain dead here? eBay. Thank you. eBay that he does. And he's got all these different irons in the fire. It's amazing. He's got a lot of energy and does great. And it's funny, he's got the little cat that joins him, which steals the show all the time when he does a live stream, who loves to go in front of the camera. It's hysterical. But get to watch his channel. So let's see. Paula says, I was in elementary school counselor. I had a lot of Christmas shirts. Glory. Yes. And sparkly shoes. Yes. Well, you got to have the sparkly shoes, You got to have the combination. Yeah, stuff accumulates. And it's amazing. I have sold more stuff on Facebook Marketplace than Carter's Got Pills. I finally moved it out with pictures from each year of all the stuff that I've gotten rid of from Facebook Marketplace that we've accumulated over the years. Chairs, tons of folding chairs, a church pew from my grandparents I never used, a bunch of old chairs we never used, and on and on and on and on. Thousands of dollars worth of stuff that I just sold. And you know what? I don't miss one bit of it. Not one bit. There's a funny thing about clearing out and being more minimalistic. It's freeing. You don't have to worry about all the stuff. We, at one point from both parents passing away, we had more stuff in the basement, more furniture and stuff that we inherited and stuff that we got that was it was crazy. You go down to this basement and you would think you were looking at an inventory. Gave a lot of our away, sold some on Facebook. Let's see, retirement for an average Joe says, I'm not a fan of Facebook Marketplace. No way. I want somebody showing up at my house to get something. Yeah, I guess I'm funny that way. just the way I'm doing it. I don't want to go out and meet somebody and have them ghost me. And so I just have them come out here. If they're serious, they're going to come and get it. And they don't know that I'm packing or not packing. So keep them guessing. I'm not, but it's, I don't know. I've met a lot of interesting people on Facebook. Some good, some not. Some unload their politics on me. Some don't. Some say they're going to show up. Some don't. Had a lot of funny stuff. People are funny. But I've met a lot of interesting people. I would say for the most part, they've been pretty decent. It's definitely a cash and carry. None of this funny money. None of this Venmo stuff. I'm old school. Give me cash and you can carry. And I move it on. So for the most part, it's been pretty good. We had one guy once pick up patio furniture from us, and we watched him pack it in his truck. So he packed it in, and he had a strap hanging on the back of his truck, and it was hanging down now by the wheel well in the back of the truck. And I was saying to the guy who I had working on my house, I said, if he doesn't secure that, that is going to catch the tire. He's going to have issues. I said, he really wants to get, oh, I'm good. So the guy drove out the driveway with the stuff he bought from me, went down the road, not just past the second circular driveway entrance, and all of a sudden you heard a big snap, and the strap had fallen into the wheel well, got caught up in the tire, got pulled down, and it busted the snap on holding up the stuff. So it was just, I was just like, no sooner did I say it did it happen. He didn't say a word. He just went further down the road, did whatever he did, and kept on going. But it was like, yeah. So it's been kind of an adventure, let's see. So Facebook Marketplace. Oh, also, I also want to give. I don't know if Rick's retirement journey is here tonight. I don't know if Rick's come, but Rick's had a series of videos that he's put out, and Rick's been having fun on retirement. He doesn't have a lot of subscribers, so if you can, go over to his channel, show him some love over there. He's got some content that he's put out. He loves books, and he's very well read. That much I pick up about Rick. So he works at a bookstore, and he loves it. It's a passion with him, you can tell, and he reads a lot of books. So he was talking about a book he read. Let's see, The Time Machine by Orson Welles. I don't know how many of you are readers or not, but he was sharing about the book that he read by Orson Welles, Time Machine. And I read the book. And I also saw the movie. How many of you saw the old movie Time Machine? It was made in the 1960s, I think. And it was a wonderful sci-fi movie if you're into sci-fi. But Orson Welles did a great. I think it was Orson Welles that wrote The Time Machine. Or H.G. Wells. Anyway, so he was sharing about that. But I thought, it brought up the question, how many of you guys are readers out there? Do you guys have books that you read while you're retired, or are you readers out there? Some of the things that I'm reading, a friend of mine gave like this, and I'm actually reading like 3 books at once. I have one that's on my phone. So I have one that I carry with me on my phone. When I get a chance, I'll read that. Then I have one on my Kindle. And then I have one on my computer that I read. So I'm reading 3 different sources, independent which is which I'm out traveling about, but I'm reading 3 different books. So the ones I'm currently reading there's one called Love Big, Be Well, Letters to a Small Town Church by Win Collier. And it's about this minister guy who's writing letters back and forth to the church that he's hired at, and his experience, his life, and what he's learned. So it's a wonderful, wonderful book. And then Days on the Family Farm, From the Golden Age to the Great Depression by Carrie A. Meyer, talks about that time term just before the Great Depression about the family farm. So I just started reading that. And then, of course, Rick reading The Time Machine, which I read myself. So I love to read. How many of you guys love to read? And by the way, I'm not reading near as much as that I want to, but I do love to read. I love reading on the Kindle. There's also other devices. For those of you who read, what do you read on? Do you read on like a Kindle? Do you read the physical book? Are you more into the physical print? Or are you, liking something else? So put it in the comments. I thought that was kind of interesting, but I love to read and I'm hoping to read more. I think, the funny thing when you read is that as you read, you develop a picture in your mind. And Simply Debbie Sue would probably attest to this. She does some incredible writing. Go to Simply Debbie Sue's channel. She writes and shares some incredible stories, but every time she shares and reads a story, I get a picture in my mind of a picture develops of what she's talking about, and in my mind's eye, this is the scene that's playing out as she's reading. And the same with books. And sometimes, I'll read a book that's developed into a movie, and I'm like, totally, it's like, well, that's not the way it should be, because in my mind, it was something else. So, books are wonderful. So if you don't get a chance to read, definitely take some time out. It's wonderful. Libraries are a good thing. Libraries are doing a whole bunch of wonderful things now where you can actually rent movies, do ebooks through the computer or through an e-reader, or even put it through your Kindle device or other ebook readers that you have. So it's a wonderful way to spend time, and it definitely it gets your mind active and creative. So anyway, what else have I been doing? Let's see. Yeah, all things, and I want to mention All Things Ron. He had a video recently, and I thought it was very interesting with All Things Ron. He's down in Tennessee, and he shares his budget of what he lives on in Social Security and what items cost him. And so the dynamic is his parents live next door to him in a single wide, one of those manufactured homes next door to them. But the thing that struck me and I encourage you to go to his channel, let's see, All Things Ron, and watch it. But he talks about, what I didn't realize, and probably you guys already know, but you're retired, you turn 65, you get Medicare, and then you would of course get whether you get a supplemental or an Advantage plan or whatever. But if you get a supplemental, whether it's a G or an N plan, and he shares about how he has the N plan, and I think he has a G plan in there too. But then the cost, what he pays for it, and then of course his parents are probably, so he's I think 60s or 70s. He can share that with you, but watch his video. And then his parents, who are that much older, in their 80s, and the premium difference between what they pay in healthcare course between what Ron's paying in the 60s or 70s to what they're paying in their 80s. And the premiums, although it's great coverage, it goes up astronomical to the tune of over $1,600, I believe, a month that his parents pay for healthcare. And it's amazing. And it really but it made sense because the risk of, being insured as you get older gets more high. But I thought, wow, I loved it because it made me aware. It's like, okay, I need to keep that in mind as we get older, to plan for the future, that healthcare is only going to go up and the cost of things are only going to go up, and I need to be wise about it. So I don't know if that strikes a bell with any of you or what your thoughts are, but definitely give this channel some attention. And of course, I've been continuing decluttering. I've been getting rid of stuff. Like tonight, I got rid of a compressor. I even got the money for that. How you like that? I got the Benjamins right here. Sold it. Great. Got $100 for it. Life is good. But it's nice decluttering. It's a wonderful feeling getting rid of stuff that you don't need anymore. And less to pay attention, less to be concerned about, and just to get it out of the way. So let's see. And also, I saw that Buzz Retirement Corner just talked about structure and purpose in retirement, and it's a great video. Please check out Buzz's channel. He's got a great discussion on that. He just released it today. So, and structure or purpose. Structure is in having something to do and something to look forward to, or something that you have scheduled for each day. like Buzz does the Berea dog kennel, where he volunteers to walk the animals, and then also Purpose. So it's a very interesting discussion. So definitely check that out, and leave some comments for them and let them know what you think. Um, the chat's gone quiet here for a minute. Let's see who I still have here. I don't know how many folks I still have on. Anyway, give a shout out if you're still here, or whether I've lost anybody. But anyway, what what I get out of it is retirement is really it's a thing in motion. It's even changing. Let's see, still here, just listening. Okay, good, thank you. Sometimes I wonder, like, I start talking and I wonder if I lost everybody. Retirement changes all the time. It takes on different dynamics. You may start off with doing this sort of thing, and it's going to change all the time. Life changes, life moves, dynamic changes, people change. You may move to a new location, or you may have had a project that you started off with. Certainly, when I retired, I was catching up on work around the house. But for me, we had all these things that I put off for years working on the house because we were single family income. My wife was raising the kids, so we didn't have money to really put into the repairs of the house. Now I'm retired. She's still working. I'm a kept man, so she's taking care of the insurance, and we'll retire at some point. And my children are grown up now; they're starting to make their own decisions and doing things. So the dynamic is always changing. So when I first retired, I had a certain dynamic. I started working in the house and detoxifying from the work environment. Then the second year was another dynamic, still working on the house. Now, 3 years into it, I'm still working on the house. But believe it or not, now it's funny. Now looking at we're coming towards the end of working in the house, or at least hiring somebody to come in to do things. And I look back and I said, wow, how the time has gone. And, if you read the Bible at all, it talks the end of the matter is better than the beginning. And it's so true, because I'm always glad to be finished with things than to start and things and looking forward to working through them. And, the time of having a contractor at the house is coming to a close. We're starting to finish up with that. And it's a good thing because, it's tough spending all that money, but it's also good to get things looking good. But yet again, the dynamic is going to change. It's always changing. And that's the thing about retirements. It's always going to change. Dynamics are going to change. People are going to change. As you stop work, you start to part from your work relationships, and you get further away from that, and you start to settle into. I was a computer programmer, and for years I programmed all sorts of computer languages and did things. But since I've been retired, I haven't touched a stitch of computer code, and I don't miss it 1 ounce. My life is different now. I'm a different kind of person. I don't need to do that anymore. Doesn't mean that I won't try something eventually, but just for my own purpose and my own fun. But it always changes, guys. So it's a great adventure. So I'm thinking of other channels that I've been listening to that have been great. Salad. Oh yeah, D. And how many of you remember Dee and Doug? They've just changed the channel name, just probably within the last month or two. Dee and Doug have become Salads and Sarcasm. But Dee is wonderful. She has such a sarcastic sense of humor. She's hysterical. And she does some wonderful cooking. She's a hoot. So if you get a chance, check out Salads and Sarcasm. It's a wonderful channel. They're great people. I love watching her husband, Doug. He's such a hoot. He was a truck driver, and he's hysterical. The boy's out of himself. He's just totally animated. He's a great guy. So anyway, guys, it's probably we're coming up on 40 minutes, 44 minutes. I'm starting to turn into a pumpkin. So I went through my list here. So any questions that you guys have? I kind of went through my notes of books I'm reading, different things, different weeks. I kind of came up with a list of what's been going on in my life this week. But if there's any questions, please ask. About me or about the channel or about what's going on. If you want to plug anything for your channel, those of you who have channels, I know Paula, you have your channel, or others of you. If you want to mention something about something you're doing on your channel, please take the opportunity to go ahead and do it. Sam from Retire Inspired, if you got stuff coming up, I think you mentioned you were working on some videos, but I'll give you a minute or two to mention or plug what you're doing. But as again, I look forward to these times, guys. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. It's been wonderful for me. Oh, okay. Let's see. Dr. Ninja Turtle said premiere tomorrow morning. Okay, so you got a new video coming out. Okay, let's keep. What's the name of the video? Can you give us a little hint? But keep an eye on Fire Dr. Ninja Turtle's channel. He's got a new video coming out, so that's awesome. And let's, I just want to, I hope part of this channel is just to encourage and also build up other channels as well. The community has been so good to me that I want to acknowledge it. And also, if I see something good, I want to call it out and different things that are going on. So, let's see, 15-minute ocean waves meditation. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Let's see, someday I will post something. That's okay. You do you, Average Joe. I appreciate you being here. And when you're inspired, go for it. 70QQ. Hey, how are you doing? Catch the replay. Yep, I'm glad that you're watching the videos. I'm so grateful for you watching the channel and being there. And I look forward to getting to know you more in the future as you watch the videos and join the streams. I know you've been a great supporter of the channel, and I really appreciate it. Let's see, normally financial content. That's great, though. And we need that, Dr. Ninja Turtle. We really need that. So many people are financially illiterate. And we need to be educated. And we need to learn. As I blow my nose, sorry about that. We always need to keep educated and continue our education in finances. Paula says, I posted a video on my dog's POV today. POV today. POV. Okay, Paul, I'm being ignorant here. POV. Anyway, check out Paula's channel and the post she just made. I'm not sure what POV means, but I'm just being ignorant. Let's see. Point of view. Okay, great. Thank you. Let's see. Return fire. I missed that on the fire movement. Trying to avoid the fired movement. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, you don't want to be fired. It's better to retire than be fired. Point of view. Yep. Thank you. And Simply Debbie Sue. Yes, check out her channel. I was just talking about you before, Debbie Sue. Appreciate you and your support of the channel. And let's check out each other's videos and let's keep on inspiring one another and leaving comments with one another and supporting one another. It's been a great community. It's really been a great thing for me. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate the support that I've gotten from all of you. So anyway, it's 48 minutes, so I'm going to say goodbye, but thank you everybody for joining. Check out Dr. Ninja Turtle's video coming out. Check out Paula's video. Check out everybody's videos, and let's support one another. Best wishes to everybody, and thanks again for a great evening. Bye-bye.